Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realize Wintertide Miracles. And we're still in the Cantarella route. Woo! And we just ran into Eigel? Is that his name? I don't remember. Argyle Socks Giraffe Neck. Um, and he's so freaking charming. I love him. Uh, with Van Helsing. Yay! So, and we'll go back and we'll do the other scenes with the other guys after. Because I don't think it changes the whole game. It's just going to change those little things. So, whatever. But anyway, although we ran into a bit of trouble, we managed to get out of it with a minimum of commotion. So as a breather, we decide to go to a park located near central London. Oh, that's right. Impy made a lunch for us. We sit down on a bench where we can get an even better view of the flowers. It's just the two of us here. It was nice having a bodyguard, but he suggested we have some girl time together while he keeps watch from somewhere in the distance. Oh, Van Helsing is the boyfriend we deserve. I'm grateful for his thoughtfulness. He's the marshmallow. I take out the lunch boxes that I've been keeping in my backpack beside me. Greeting me first when I open the box is a beautifully crafted sandwich. Next is a colorful salad as well as a meat dish cut into dainty pieces. He said that the blue thermos is tea and the red one is soup. Impy is such a considerate and attentive person. I think he'd be so caught off guard that he'd jump for joy if you told him that. You should tell him that you can have Impy. You know what? You keep Miles and Impy, because they're a little too leg humped. You go ahead with those leg humpers, and I'm going to take Giraffe Neck. I'll keep him. I can't help but imagine Impy in a state of ecstatic glee with his hands in the air as we begin eating our lunch. I sample each of sandwiches of a different variety. Okay. I sample sandwiches of different varieties, savoring every nibble, something like that. And I sip tea in between bites, its bitterness perfectly balanced. I'm not singing, but she's la-la-laing. La-la-la. That's how I would sing, so. Okay, I'm not quite that bad, but almost. Is that right? Yes, perfect. Oh, God, you're terrible. No. And now try singing with more confidence. I'm not doing it. Cantarella is teaching me the words and musical intervals of that fairy tale. As I've said before, I hardly have any prior singing experience. As a result, I'm quite self-conscious and can't help but sing quietly. But once you get used to this, it's really quite fun. Oh yeah, singing is amazing fun. It's so much fun to belt out shit in the car, but you know when you're fucking tone deaf and you suck at shit. Like me. So I won't sing in front of people. Isn't it? I became more and more obsessed and fascinated as I sang more myself. You learn so quickly, and your voice is so beautiful. So maybe you really are cut out to be a songstress. Because we have the same voice. We're the same. That might be a bit of a stretch. Oh, right. Cantarella, what was it that originally got you into singing? Cantarella? I'm sorry. I'm ashamed of myself for hesitating even a little. I already trust you unconditionally, and I'm quite fond of you. Oh, girl-mans. And so, I will tell you. I do warn you that it will be a long story, but if you'll listen, I'll gladly explain. This is where she explains to us about the lab thing. We're like, we realize that she's us. The start of my singing and my first encounter with Miles. Oh, okay. Not quite going back that far, huh? Cantarella begins her story wearing a melancholy smile. This is the story of my... and this is the story of my beginning to the best of my recollection, although something is missing entirely. The point where you were in the lab and yeah, okay. That's what's missing. Spacey Spacey ruins everything. The beginning of my story started around 10 years ago, and she was in the sewer because that's where she got thrown out. I'm telling you. Oh my God. It begins from the moment Miles held and carried me through some underground passage. And that's right. Until that moment, I had no memories. And that means, of course, that Miles and I are not actually blood related. We already knew that. But I'm sure you've already assumed as much. Miles is far too young to be my father. And there was never a time when I called Miles my father, because he's no older than our boyfriendos. He might be a little bit older, but not much. But I digress. The first time I saw him, he looked as though he was in great pain, and I was so weak that I couldn't even move my limbs. Why was I in this situation? Who was this person? This is 100 fucking percent like I'm just in a thing and now we're away with some fucking thief who just stole. This is like the fucking Cardia Lupin shit. I'm Spacey Lupin thing. I'm telling you, because she's us. Uh, but if I tried to remember, only searing violent pain ran through my head. Ah, it hurts. It hurts. Ow! My pale hand stretched out for someone, anyone, and then I'll help you. Miles held my hand tightly. That was so not his voice. I don't know what happened. I'll save you, no matter what it takes. A firm hand covered in wounds. A trembling, terrified hand. And that was the first time I felt the warmth of another person. And meanwhile, we're like, our homunculus sister gets to feel the warmth of a person, but I don't, because I'm poison. Depressing. And so began my life with Miles, albeit a rather distant one. Let's see, back then our rundown hovel was in slightly better shape. That's sad. I believe it was due to public perception, how people around us saw us. He told me one day that there needed to be a good reason for a child to suddenly be in the care of someone like him. Starting today, I'm your Starting today, I'm your father. At the time, I didn't really understand what he meant. But from that day on, I lived with him. Despite being my father, taking care of a child seemed like a completely alien concept to him. Even with a book on child rearing to guide him, he struggled every step of the way. He was especially troubled when I fell ill with a high fever. It's so hot. I can't breathe. Cantarella, please don't cry. Your fever will only get worse. Crying doesn't make your fever worse. Crazy things. Does it? Dolls aren't working. You're not working because she's a doll. Okay, see, I'm just saying. When I saw that, I was like, it's like he knows. And then I was like, oh, that's not what he's talking about. Dolls aren't working. Picture books aren't working. Damn it all, this book is useless. Oh, that's not how you fix a cold, sweetie. His grievous tone suggested that he was the one who wanted to cry. But even so, he wouldn't leave my side for a single moment until my fever subsided. He would nurse me around the clock, getting no sleep at all. He was fully aware that I'd be fine once the medicine started taking effect. When I cried out in pain and anguish, he'd sing me a lullaby. You guessed it. It's that fairy tale song. Ahem. Well, not that his singing was pleasant to listen to. His tone-deaf notes were almost as painful as my fever aches. If he were a stranger, surely my condition would have taken a turn for the worse. Oh, God. Terrible singing doesn't make you sick. God. I mean, like, for real. Like, oh, that makes me sick, but not like, oh, I have a fever now. But when I heard that terrible singing, I was able to calm down. Even when my fever was unbearable and I wasn't even able to open my eyes, I knew that Miles was right by my side. And that's why Miles's awful lullaby was my best remedy. So perhaps it's thanks to those days that led me to my life's goal. I want to sing songs that can help others. It became my greatest desire, and I aspired to become a songstress. It's like glossary thing over this. Cantarella, past. Miles became her guardian when she was brought to him as a small child. He sang lullabies to her as she suffered from a high fever, inspiring her love of singing and her aspiration to become a songstress. Okay. Okay. These days, of course, Miles is the living embodiment of useless. But he's the only person I've ever thought of as my father. And surely I should have no problem answering if one were to ask me that. What a wonderful story. But if you're that fond of Miles, why don't you address him as father? I I suppose the fact that we're not blood related is what holds me back in the end. Also, he's not that much older than you. Also, I mean, I kind of want to do him. I'm just kidding. I'm the only one who truly thinks of us as parent and child. He may have taken me in only because he was forced to. And when I think about it that way, I can't bring myself to call him father.
He wasn't forced to take you in.
If if I did and he rejected me, I feel like our relationship as I know it would be destroyed.
But also, again, that's like me calling fucking Lupin daddy, but like in a not creepy sexual way. like, oh, daddy, you know, that's kind of creepy. But you know what I mean? Like, dad. And he's like, dude, fucking weird. Like, right? It's weird.
I wonder if Lupin and the others would be able to cheer her up in a time like this. I have no words to share with someone like me who only has faint memories of her father's voice. I can't help but feel disappointed at myself for being unable to find a single word with which to console her. All the while, because I don't ever want to be thrown away again. I completely miss her quiet utterance.
Because that was her. Okay. I told you. That was her. That nightmare that when like Spacey woke up, it wasn't her nightmare that she was having. She wasn't having a nightmare. That was Cantarella's dream. Cantarella was thrown away because she was a garbage homunculus.
Oh.
Anyway,
Time is a way of passing quickly when you're enjoying it.
This is Van Helsing, sorry. And time has a way of passing quickly while you're enjoying it. I'm parting from Spacey. I walk along the bank of. Oh wait, Oh no, we're Cantarella, aren't we? Why would we be Van Helsing? Parting from Spacey, and why would he be enjoying it? Okay, we're Cantarella. Sorry.
I'm parting from Spacey. I walk along the banks of the Thames as the sun's light sparkles along its surface. Her face is all I can think about as I walk.
I mean, that does sound like something Van Helsing would say, but I mean, maybe I'm just hoping. Anyway.
It's odd. I only just met her, and yet, when I'm with her, I feel like confessing my every last secret. That's because we argue. Even if I made her sad by the end of it all. I feel about that much, but I have no regrets telling her about my past. I remove something from a hidden pocket. It's an old, rugged, small notebook that would surely evoke reactions of just buy it, no one, from anyone observing it. For me, however, there's no notebook in the world more valuable. From how I obtained it to its written contents, it's priceless to me. Perhaps there'll come a time where I can tell her about this notebook too. Suddenly, eek!
Whoops, sorry about that.
I bump shoulders with a fairly well-built man as he passes by. I'm not completely off balance. Reflexively, I put my strength into my legs and succeed in preventing myself from toppling over. But instead of myself going flying, the thing that was in my hand gets sent flying through the air as if flicked by a giant. I lean forward, predicting its direction and trajectory, but I can't get to it in time, and the notebook splashes on the river's surface and sinks. I rush over and stare into the river from the edge of the road. The notebook nowhere to be seen, I weakly sink to my knees. There's no way I'd be able to find a dingy notebook in this huge river.
A dingy notebook?
It's dingy, but what do I do? What do I do? To lose it only seconds after reaffirming how precious it is to me. My eyes cloud with tears, and I'm but moments from crying, not even caring what anyone around me thinks when.
I don't know if that's Miles or one of our boys or Giraffe Neck. I don't know.
Anyway, Cantarella.
Oh, it's Miles. You know, when he's not being like douchey and like, I'm just spending all your money. Look how precious he is, though. Like, he really is precious until he opens his mouth. And then you're like, oh, it's like Impy. You're like, oh, Impy, you're so sweet. Oh, okay, you open your mouth again. Anyway.
I raise my head, and before me is none other than my father staring back at me. It's also just creepy as she calls him her father. What are you doing here? You were chomping at the bit to go blow your money at that new casino. Such questions bubble up in my head, but I have more pressing matters on my mind. Miles, the notebook you gave me, it fell into the river. In my flustered state, I can hardly even form the words. Practically clinging to him, Miles tilts his head to and fro and then,
notebook? Hey, you mean the one I gave you to celebrate your first stage performance? Jeez, that was some time ago. I didn't think you'd still be using it. Anyway, You said it fell into the river. Any idea whereabouts?
I think it was around there.
All right, gotcha. Is he gonna... Oh, wait. I'm sorry, Miles. It's okay. Please take off all your clothes before you jump into the river. You don't want wet pants. You know what? No. Keep the pants on. But you can take your vest off and the shirt. Okay, we'll do topless, but we can't do fully naked. That'd just be awkward. My eyes go wide in surprise as I watch my father... Well, also because she's watching her father. I'm just saying for us. As I watch my father jump into the river without a second thought. Miles, what are you... Oh, it's nothing. Don't you hurry. There are blocks down below the water, so it's actually not that deep. And besides, I'll bet it's still around here.
If you really think, then let me...
Nope, ain't gonna happen. You have a performance coming up, and I'll be damned if you catch a cold. Okay, you know what? He may be kind of, like, a little bit like an impy, but, like, right now he's being a Lupin, and I'm okay with this. Besides, you got a certain someone to impress, yeah? So don't worry your little head and just leave this to me.
He smiles and proceeds to dig around the river bottom. He wades through the cold river, plunging both hands and face in at times. His search goes on. Perhaps an hour has passed since he started. Miles, it's fine, really. You must be freezing. You are the one who's going to catch a cold at this rate, and Spacey will nurse you back to health.
Well, wait, whoa. Hold on one sec. I have a bit of a hunch at... Oh.
Miles grabs something from the river bottom and hoists it up victoriously. In his hands is...
What'd I tell ya? The old Miles hunch never lets me down, but it took you a fucking hour.
My notebook is shriveled and sopping. No way.
Yeah, but also, I write everything in the... And, well, I mean, at least I have the book back.
Miles gets out of the river, his clothes soaked and heavy. Then he takes my hand as I stand there in astonishment and...
Here you are. Don't go dropping it again, yeah?
He places the dripping notebook onto my palm. Why would you go to such lengths?
This is so romantic, but it's not like a father-daughter moment. It's just... Why? Because you would have been upset without it, right? Look at... Oh! His little sad face was adorable. This face is also adorable. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that you're sad.
Miles scratches his cheek and continues.
And to be honest, I was so happy that you still kept and cherished that old thing.
A childlike smile spreads across his face. A different smile than usual. And at the same time, a sharp pain shoots through my head. Yes, indeed. For all his flaws, I feel safe and content around this person. I almost feel egotistical. I'd almost rather he just disappoint me with his usual pathetic behavior. I wasn't prepared for this in the slightest, but it's almost enough to make me want to call you Papa.
Don't do it! He's not old enough to be your dad! I mean, I don't know why I care if she calls him dad, but at the same time, it still weirds me out, because she is us! Oh, I know it! Anyway, it's all swell and fine that we found it and all, but can you still use it? Maybe if you're really careful and dry it? Gah, I think it's history. What you think? Good opportunity to go out and buy a new one?
No, this is fine. I have yet another reason to cherish this notebook now.
If you say so. As long as you're good with it, so am I. He is pretty. He is, and like, okay, when he's not being douchey and like spending all of her money and crazy, when you just look at this, like just look at him. He's fucking adorable and I want to squeeze him and he's doing cute things right now. Why he's got to be like fucking impy every once in a while. I don't know. It's a turnoff. Achoo! It suddenly got real cold. Speaking of which, maybe I caught one. That's not how you don't catch a cold that fast. It's not how it works.
Oh, let's hurry home then. I'll make you some nice hot tea.
I mean, you could be like, oh, I'm cold. You might be able to sneeze from the cold, but like, I caught a cold. You didn't catch a cold just from going in the river. Cold is a virus. You would... Ah! I love it. Like, I walked outside. I'm in the rain. Oh my god, I have a fever and a cold now. Okay, you could probably be like, my body, if you're too cold, your body like whatever. But you're not going to actually catch an actual cold that way. I mean, I can understand you're freezing. You're like, I'm freezing. freezing, and I think hypothermia, maybe. Okay, I'll give you that, but oh, then brew it on the stronger side and use the good stuff. Your father worked his behind off today, so none of the cheap stuff for me.
All right then, just for today.
I think it's a little weird that he's constantly like, your father, your dad, and she's like, you're not actually my dad though. I think we're still her.
There's a dream for which I've long yearned. A dream no one thought attainable. The right to look to the future and dream are things that any ordinary person would take for granted,
Because it's got that raggedy edge around it.
However, that was taken from me by the unfortunate circumstances of my birth.
Who's saying, or are we? Wait, who are we now? I don't think we're Cantarella. Anyway, that can't be. What you saw was nothing more than an illusion. Give up. Even if it were real, you're... Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh. So it was... I was wondering when it was like the unfortunate circumstance of my birth, then I was like, are we him now? Okay, we are. Okay, so I don't like it when it switches. Because maybe if we had the voice acting on, you would know it was somebody else, but we don't. Anyway.
Is it really so wrong to dream? So what if I believe in illusions?
Is he a magician?
I should have been the same as anyone else. I was my very self denied to me for one sole reason. For the one thing I lacked.
Oh my god. He's literally fucking Howl. He's in the story. And, okay.
My vexation toward this denial was what fueled my motivation. And above all else, there was that scenery engraved into my brain. I'll never give up. I will never yield. The remnants of my past may deny me all they please, for my tenacity to dream is unbreakable, and I'm determined to make up for all that I've had to sacrifice.
Oh, I cannot fucking wait.
Yes, just watch.
I love Giraffe Neck Mask Face. I do. I don't know why. He's weird. He's a fucking weirdo. And I still need him to be Van Helsing / Saint Germain. I got stuck. Anyway.
And no matter what it takes, I will activate that wonderful machine and prove that what I saw was no illusion.
What kind of machine is he working? Oh, interesting.
And there's no doubt in my mind that the only one capable of this miracle is the songstress, the one chosen by the castle.
Howl's Moving Castle! I'll be your fucking I'll sing for you!
And the nameless wizard who has granted me this dream.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Wizard! Igo? Was that his name? I can never remember to pronounce it. Igo's nickname for a particular person who created the moving castle. Fuck it, and they capitalize it, moving castle. Did they do this on purpose? When they put this in there, were they like, we're putting Howl's Moving Castle in there? Did they? Oh, it's killing me. I love it so hard. Anyway, and gave it to Igel. Okay. I told you, he's fucking Howl. Can I just tell you? I love the original Code Realize. I do. But I'm at the point where I'm like, I just want this game in itself. I just want this. Like, I just want a whole game of just him. And just, like, I just, oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway.
For even as I drag myself across this ground, and this is my raison d'etre.
Raison d'etre? My reason. This is reason. But I just can never pronounce that anyway.
I guess I napped. But that dream sure brought back memories. It was far from a pleasant dream.
I wish the borders, when you're different characters, would be different for him and for Cantarella, so that we would know.
At the same time, it wasn't quite a nightmare either. Whatever the case, it was undeniably a scene from his past.
Oh, okay, I'm reading this as him.
Now then, I've dozed off, but he loosens his stiff shoulders and rolls his neck. He feels like he'd been sleeping for quite some time. But rather than check the clock, it's far more convenient for him to check the time measuring apparatus embedded in his hand.
Time measuring apparatus embedded in his watch, but it's embedded in his hand, so it's not a watch. But like, You know what? I I just haven't like, why do you wear a mask? Because I'm hideous. You're gorgeous, aren't you? Yeah. Van Helsing and Saint Germain, baby. I know you're gorgeous under there. Anyway, it's also they're never gonna put a character in a fucking game like this and have him be hideous, especially when he's like a main. He's gorgeous. Sorry. It's hardly been 10 minutes, and at any moment now. Before he can finish, a loud sound notifies him of the end of the process. Now then, what might the result be this time? He looks to the measuring device's needle and the number it indicates. It's exceeded 60, 80, and even the standard value of 100, finally stopping at 150. I'm so confused at what's going on. I love it. A number that far surpasses even what he's been anticipating for so many years. Bird! Ah, at last. So it is. Hey! You can play without shrieking like that. That's annoying. I don't like that noise. Yeah, you can play nice. There's no need to make that noise. I don't understand why you've started doing that recently. Stop. Stop it. He drops the device in his sheer joy. Oh my god, stop! Spreading both hands in the air, he shouts to the dim ceiling. Oh Lord! Oh fate! Oh my dream! Oh, I'm a scream! Bird. I knew you hadn't forsaken me. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this most fortuitous meeting with the fairy tale songstress. Or have you already forgotten what I told you the other day? The drop device plays back the voice it had analyzed. It's a curious thing indeed that the number exceeds 100, but his joy far exceeds his curiosity. After all, the machine's precise judgment is backed up by his own prediction. You know, this makes me sad though, like he's after Cantarella and everything, but she's like, Ahem! I'm the MC heroine. You're supposed to be in love with me. All of you are supposed to be in love with me. Me! It's me, not her, me! It wouldn't be, there wouldn't be a side story if he was trying to kidnap me, but now, if she can just sing in this castle. Would she sing? Or rather, can I bring her here in the first place? I'll come with her and we'll both sing and it'll get 300. You'll be way better off. She's, how do I put this? Different from the others before her. She might even resort to violence if I'm not careful. What am I to do? This is a bit of a frightening situation. But no! I cannot be faint of heart when I am but steps from fulfilling my greatest wish. And to that end, I shall employ any means necessary. Indeed, if she is the princess, then I'll happily be the villain who kidnaps her. I'm coming for you, my fairy tale songster. That is, Cantarella. I love how he's alone in his castle and he's like, Cantarella, please don't verbally baby. He's like afraid of her. That's a great. Oh, he's precious. He's so fucking precious. I love him. It felt as though someone called my name, a gentle voice filled with love toward me. When I open my eyes, I'm in a place of much nostalgia, a place I love. Against my head, I can feel the gentle warmth of soft feminine legs. Ah, that's right. I've been sleeping against my mother's lap. Looking carefully, I can see someone's head resting against her other leg. Undoubtedly, it's my little brother. A mother had been singing as she caressed his head. Surely he had begged her to sing that fairy tale song again. The one about the journey in a moving castle. I just fucking love this. But I can understand why he would. After all, I love my mother's singing, and that song as well. I'm sure that father would also. It's wrong. You're all wrong. Father? You can't possibly be my daughter. You're nothing more than a look-alike. You couldn't even pass as a fake. You're simply a failure. Maybe we're Cantarella again, I don't know. I'm so confused as to who we are half the time, so. Oh, maybe it was me this time. Why is it that I keep having these awful dreams on the days when I'm most looking forward to something? I believe this time it was us, but I know the other one was probably Cantarella because we were never tossed out like garbage, but she was. I step out of my room with a sullen expression, and Cece chases after me. I'm all right. Sorry to worry you, Cece. I pet Cece's soft fur to help clear my thoughts. That always does the trick. This is going to be like the longest side route. I kind of love it. When did fucking Lupin become Irish? Top of the morning, Spacey!
You're up rather early.
Like, he's like,
Top of the morning. It's top of the morning.
like, I can't even do an Irish Lupin. Anyway.
If I were to make a guess, you must be looking forward to today's performance.
I did have trouble falling asleep last night because of my excitement. But that's not why I'm up so early. I had a bit of a scary dream, so I'm earlier than I'd planned.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that, but you've still got quite some time, so why don't you get back to sleep for a bit?
I feel like I'll have that dream again if I do, so I'll just stay up.
Would you like to go?
I was like, would you like some company in bed? Yes. Like, why would you even ask that? Why would you even ask that, Lupin? Of course. Get in my bed, bitch. What?
Would you like to go on a walk together then? And that way you'll feel refreshed basking in the morning sun and breeze with me, because I'm fabulous.
Right, that sounds nice. Would you like to come too, Cece? With Cece's eager bark of approval, we make our way to the courtyard. I can't do Lupin's voice right. I don't know what's wrong with me anyway.
So, what happened in that scary dream, if I may ask?
It was a dream about hundreds of lion hearts of all shapes and colors chasing me all across London.
And nightmare is an understatement.
So maybe that was supposed to be Cantarella's dream then. I don't know, but there are already waves of people gathered in front of the Royal Opera House, a place we haven't visited in some time. Are these people really all here to see Cantarella?
Such are the fruits of her labors. Her recent performance has been quite the boon to her reputation.
Man, oh man, we're beyond lucky for her to invite us under these circumstances. Keep your voice down, dolt. I'd rather not be burned at the stake by zealous fans.
Right, I see quite a few people loitering here and there in hopes of still being able to get in. What next then? Are we supposed to enter from the back?
Right, she said that the guard there will let us in if we show this invitation. From my pocket, I pull out an invitation that arrived at the mansion just the other day. Beautiful letters are written on the girly envelope that it came in. Cantarella must have taken great care to write each letter. I know that it's almost showtime, but I wonder if I could talk to Cantarella first. Spacey, you're here! The moment she sees us, she gets off the stage and welcomes us. Cantarella, thank you for the invitation. This will be the first time I see you in an opera, so I'm really excited. I'll do my best to live up to your expectations. There's actually quite a few CGs that are out, and we've seen one, so I'm just saying there's going to be a lot.
Today's show is the perfect blend of plot and production, so I can guarantee that it'll be quite wonderful to behold.
Well, would you look at that? You're as excited as ever. That sure ain't the greeting I get, I can say that much. Oh, wait, he's here too. I didn't sell your ticket away to the Mafia this time, I see. That's my last resort. I do my best to make it to her debuts.
Perhaps you should do your best to reconsider your financial priorities while you're at it.
Come now. He managed to make it here, so let's stop with the scolding.
I suppose you're right.
Huh, what's this now? Am I imagining things, or am I being treated slightly better than a punching bag? It's beginning to scare me.
I've since been made aware of a story that forces us to see you in a different light, and thus adjust our disposition to compensate.
I feel like Saint Germain is like, I'll fucking kill you if you hurt anyone in my family. He's fixing his bow tie. He's like adjusting Miles's tie, and Miles is like, because Saint Germain is beautiful and scary. That's why we love him. Anyway, well, I mean, if you're here about a past like that, I can't say I get it, but I guess that means I've gained your trust. In that case, as a symbol of our newfound friendship, let's hit the casino sometime. They just rolled out a new slot machine recently. Okay. Oh, needless to say, I must request that you provide the proper funds. I'll be sure to pay you back twofold.
And this fellow just doesn't learn.
His reputation in our eyes went from positive back to negative in an instant.
everyone? Oh, I did. You said it was nothing to hide and gave me permission, so... I wanted everyone to know that Miles isn't just thoughtless, that he's actually acting as a father to you. I'm sorry. Should I have kept it to myself?
She's like, honey, I tell them everything. You can't tell me shit. I tell them everything.
No, that's not it. I'm glad that everyone got to hear that my father isn't a complete disgrace. In fact, I'm grateful. Oh, that reminds me, I actually have a bit of a favor to ask. Oh, what might that be? At your leisure, would you mind reading this notebook? She takes out an old notebook. No, not just old. The cover and paper seem bent and warped in some unnatural way. Of course I don't mind, but what's written in it? Cantarella quickly looks around her and... Actually, in that notebook are lyrics for a song that I wrote. A song? I told you the other day that I was taken in by Miles, right? Actually, the anniversary of when we first met is coming up in just 3 days. Even a dummy like me can see exactly where she's going with this. So, you'd like me to give this song to Miles as a gift? Right, I'm not sure if he'll like it or not. She tries to laugh it off Riley, but her eyes waver with uncertainty. Her concerns, with regards to her relationship with him that she confided in me the other day, must be weighing on her quite heavily. I don't know why I couldn't read that. It'll be fine. I'm sure he'll love it. Thank you. But it's the first time I've written lyrics, so I wanted someone's opinion. I see. I'd be glad to help then. Thank you. It might be a little difficult to read after a recent water incident, but I really appreciate this. That would certainly explain its shriveled condition.
Miss Cantarella, we'll be allowing the audience in shortly. Do begin getting ready.
A man who appears to be setting up the stage props, fuck, man, shouts to Cantarella from afar. It looks like her time chatting with us is up. All right, time to get ready. Oh, please enjoy the show. I'm sure we will. I'll also be sure to keep this notebook safe. I tuck it away securely. Cantarella smiles widely and then trots toward the stagehand.
Oh, did Cantarella leave already? What were you two little ladies talking about so secretively?
And instead, the topic of our discussion appears. And that would be a secret, especially to you.
Huh? Why me?
That would be a secret.
Don't tell me. You're both scheming to sell off my luxurious locks once and for all.
He has quite the imagination.
I mean, his hair is beautiful, don't get me wrong. But, like, could you imagine if it was, like, super gloriously, like fucking long as shit? Like, you don't have, like, fucking long-ass impy hair, dude. Jeez. So, chill out, you're fine. Jeez. Oh, it makes a fella kind of lonely to see her get along with you so much better than me.
You think so?
Like, you really want to get along with her? No, I want to get along with you. Oh, dear God. That's all I'm thinking. You bet I do. I'm sure she's happy that she's met someone like you who's like a little sister to her.
A little sister?
That's right. To any onlooker, you two look like sisters who get along nicely. And not to mention you're so similar, because we're... This is another one of those, like... They're, like, waving a giant flag, like, hello, figure it out. Like, you keep having nightmares, which aren't yours. They're Cantarella's, by the way, obviously, clearly. And then when Lupin's like, what's your nightmare about? You're like, a bunch of lion hearts. And you're like, wait, that wasn't her nightmare. I don't get it. And then this, you look like sisters. Duh. It's like it's beating you over the head with it, but I'm sorry. Like, I think we would have gotten the hint by now, but I don't know if I'm scared or impressed. That I'm like, the second we saw her, like, up with them, like, oh, wait, she's us, and like, we're twinsies. Wow. Okay. Spacey ruins everything, I'm sorry.
Sisters, the two of us.
Oh, what'd you think about calling her big sister? I bet she'd real happy if you did. But then that would make you my dad, and you want me to call you daddy, but I didn't think you wanted it in that way. That's creepy.
Big sister? Just saying it aloud, it has a certain mystique to it.
Technically, I mean, she was one of the homunculi maybe before us, so she would be our big sister, but... You're turning as red as a tomato. You're too adorable. But you're trying to... Okay, wait. You should call her big sister. And by the way, you should call me daddy too, but not like that. I mean, we should get married and you could be her stepmom. But you want me to call her big sister but be her stepmom? That's not gonna be like fucked up and weird. I kind of want to see that route happen. No, I just, as fucked up as it is. Anyway, you're the exact opposite of my little brother who doesn't have a cute bone in his body. You have a little brother, Miles? Now that's a surprise. So they say. Drives me crazy, but he had a better lot in life. And not that I've seen him in ages. Oh my god! Is Argyle Giraffe Neck your fucking brother? Because that... I can't even. Is he your brother? Wait a minute. Well, at least he's living a better life than me. Presumably. He reminds me more of Watson, to be honest with you, but... No, it's starting soon. We should get going too. She's about to create a world from every fiber of her being. By all means, for her sake, please enjoy the show. I certainly will. I nod without hesitation, clutching the notebook she'd given me only moments ago. Cantarella, my big sister. I repeat those words under my breath as I move to my seat. I never even considered the concept until now. Even if it would never be possible, the thought fills me with warmth and happiness. Oh my god. But maybe now I can understand how Cantarella feels. Would it be a nuisance if I addressed her as such? Besides, there's no way that anyone would want a little sister whose body is filled with poison. I feel like I finally understand the anxiety of yearning for someone. That's so cute. You're yearning for a sister. And Miles is yearning to stick it to you. But he wants you to call the girl he calls his daughter your sister. But he wants to again, fucked up shit. I'm sorry. Rodalinda? The name of the opera is Rodalinda? Rodalinda! I'm sorry, I'm sure that name. An opera by George Friedrich Handel. Hansel. No, it's Handel, but it's not Handel, is it? It's Handel. I don't know, anyway. One of the most iconic composers of the Baroque era. I know nothing about the Baroque era. It begins in the far city of Milano, Italy, as its setting over 1,000 years ago. The turmoil-stricken kingdom at that time was called Lombardy. Although the gentle king... I don't know why my brain is like Bartonid. Like I know what it says. Bertarido. But Bertarido? I don't know how to read that in Italian accent. But I'm trying my brain is trying to like Bertram and adding letters in there that aren't in there because like I'm trying to read something completely different than that's written there. Fuck, this is a problem. Anyway, inherited the throne from his late father. It's although the gentle it's denied to him by Duke Grimaldo. Grimaldo. I love that. Grimaldo. We're calling him Grimaldo now. I don't know if you pronounce both letters. Anyway, in order to save his beloved wife and child from getting caught up in his misfortune, he fakes his death and flees the kingdom. Playing the role of his wife, Rodalinda, is none other than the pride of the opera house herself, Cantarella. Upon the usurper Grimaldo asking for her hand in marriage, she refuses, insisting on staying faithful to her husband. Meanwhile, in order to recover his wife and child, Bertarido, but that's so hard. It's like two different names, like a couple of different names put into one, and it just doesn't work for me. My brain can't handle it. Returns to the kingdom in disguise. However, as luck would have it, Rodalinda's son is held hostage by a friend of Grimaldo, his very life on the line. Although she still loves her husband, Rodalinda has no choice but to accept Grimaldo's marriage proposal. Bertarido, who happened to bear witness to the scene, falls into despair. However, with the persuasion of his friend and companion, and his resolve to reunite with Rodalinda is forged anew. Miraculously, they reunite, sharing an embrace in the moment. But Grimaldo witnesses this moment and captures Bertarido. Rodalinda desperately appeals for Bertarido's innocence, but her cries fall on deaf ears. Bertarido is swiftly judged and cruelly sentenced to death. Wow. once Grimaldo leaves the scene, the two sink into tears of sadness in stark contrast to their joy only shortly before. At that moment, the orchestra's melody begins to change. Bertorito begins singing his grief and expressing his love of his wife in a delicate alto voice. What a beautiful voice! But suddenly his singing takes on a tone of confusion. Or rather, it's not just his singing. Bertorito's actor stares at Cantarella, still in his arms, with a knit brow.
How peculiar. This should be the scene in which husband and wife sing together.
Really? Does that mean Cantarella missed her line? Perhaps sensing the abnormality, the audience begins to clamor. Suddenly... What was that sound? I mean, I turned the voice acting off, but like, what was the... there's no sound effect. Hardly a moment later... Her body sways unsteadily. It comes on so suddenly that Bertorito's actor isn't able to support her. She falls hard to the stage floor. I mean, he's a man. He should be able to pick up this dainty little girl, but in a sudden turn, silence befalls the theater, the percussive echoes of her body against wood replacing the orchestra. I don't suppose that's part of the opera.
No, it most certainly is not.
Okay, Lupin and Saint Germain, I would expect to be like, no, we understand. We've seen this before. Everyone else is like, bitch, I don't know. I've never heard of this. Like, Cantarella! I can't scream, I said, but anyway. No sooner had Lupin voiced his denial than Miles leapt from his seat. He climbs onto the stage effortlessly, rushing to Cantarella and cradling her under his arms. I didn't think audience participation was allowed in an opera. That's not it, you dolt. Clearly something isn't right here. Victor!
Right, got it.
With Victor leading the way, we make our way through the confused audience and join Miles on stage. Well, yeah, because we just let 6 people up there. Beside the shocked actor, she resembles a princess who met her tragic demise. Cantarella, what happened? Cantarella! Her silence to his cry speaks volumes. She almost seems like a corpse in this state.
Miles, don't shake her. Allow me to check her and calm yourself.
Her face is quite red. It must be a high fever.
It seems so. Let me get a rough idea of her body temperature.
He places his hand on her forehead and... Victor jerks his hand away as if repelled.
Is something amiss, Victor?
That was so not his voice, sorry. Is her fever that bad? He's like, she's like poison! Victor?
Bad is an understatement. I can't even begin to believe this. It's impossible. There's no way the human body and brain can withstand a fever this high. Miles, her chronic illness you mentioned is definitely related to this fever, right? Explain the symptoms in detail. Depending on your response, her life may hang in the balance.
Cantarella.
A fool! You're the last one who should be panicking right now.
Atop the stage, the despair is on display for the audience to see. She quietly utters something. Cantarella! Perhaps his desperate voice reached her. She slowly opens her eyes. Filling her field of view, of course, is her father's concerned face. He is so precious. Then, while still in shock, she responds to her father who calls out her name. We need more of, like, Argyle Giraffe Neck. Where the hell is he?
No!
What?
It's not me. Meaning, it's not Cantarella. Where am I? Who are you? Where's Father?
What do you mean? Miles, your father, he's right here.
No! No! Don't touch me! Stay back! I must hurry! I must return to Father! Or else, the Father will dispose of me again! No!
She stretches her hand as if begging for help and emits a piercing shriek. Her arm then falls to the floor, every ounce of strength leaving her body as she suddenly loses consciousness. What manner of horrific hallucination must one have seen to let out such a voice of madness and despair? You know, nobody had the answer to that question. All that remains is the commotion of the audience as Miles stares in aghast disbelief. Huh.
It was after I was chosen.
Reading this is her, because I know this is fucking her.
My head is filled with a searing pain, forcing me to cry out. My entire body can't stop convulsing from the pain, the discomfort, the nausea that my brain sends to every inch of me.
I wonder, and I don't have it because I only look at the voice, but I wonder if Cantarella is the same voiced by the same person that does. Well, no, because Cardia or Spacey doesn't have a voice. But Cantarella would have a voice. But I wonder if these scenes, I don't think these scenes would be voiced because they want you to think it's Spacey, Cardia, you know.
My entire body can't stop convulsing from the pain, the discomfort, the nausea that my brain sends to every inch of me.
I know it's her, though. I mean, it's fucking obvious at this point. I mean, anyway.
The suffering continues repeatedly. Why?
Oh, I think that's him. Why?
Upon seeing me, Father yells as if he's taking his anger out on me.
Why? Why? The specimen should have been a perfect replication. With a living body as its basis, completely unlike Finis's vessel. This body should have been no different from a regular human being. Did he steal a living human being? So she's not really a homunculus. She was a corpse that he stole. That's creepy. A specimen that grows, unlike those before it. Time and again I failed, and gradually it has taken shape. My beloved daughter, who I was to watch grow up beautifully. That's what this was supposed to be. And yet, why? That hair, that eye. Why does it watch me? Your form is not that of my daughter's.
Only by him telling me so am I made aware that my eyes are opened for the first time. In them, it seems that Father saw an unacceptable reality.
Why? Why? That hair, because her hair's blonde instead of brown, and that's why she's wearing a patch. I'm sorry, again, if I think at this point it's supposed to be blatantly fucking obvious. So. Transcription of memory, a supplementation by an eternal memory device, embedding of the storage medium into the brain. Out of countless specimens, you were the only one I was able to engrave with that child's memory, and yet... I suppose this approach simply won't do. I must take a different...
Memory. Could it perhaps be... Father? That warm memory is my reason for addressing him in this way?
Stop! You're not my daughter! You're a failure! A defect not even worthy of being called a fake! So she must have been an earlier experiment, but he said a living body, so did he actually take like a human's body and like, because that's creepy, he Frankensteined us. Sorry, Victor. Like,
Father turns his back to me. He never turns back. He only walks toward the next me. Wait. Please wait. Forgive me. Help me. Why am I being thrown away? It's a lie. It's a dream. And this can't be real. My memory is crying out. Don't dispose of me, Father.
And this is supposed to be that moment where you're like, oh, but like, we knew. I told you. I knew from the beginning. Like,
my father that I love so dearly is not the kind of person who would do such a thing.
You know, and especially if before that reveal, you kind of knew in that part anyway, because he's like, that hair, that eye, and you're like, Cantarella. Oh, thank goodness. Are you all right? Do you recognize me?
Father?
He's like, the fuck? He's like, what? No, I'm not the kind of man who deserves to be called father. I'm Miles, the good-for-nothing daily recipient of your appalled glares.
Miles?
The one and only. Did your memory get mixed up from a bad dream?
Yes, it seems so. Anyway, did I?
You collapsed during the opera. It's been 2 days since. 2 days? I understand your surprise, but you must stay rested. You might not even realize it, but you're recovering from a terrible fever. You'll be taking time off from performances. and there'll be no buts about it. But, Cantarella,
Very well.
good, good. Just keep yourself warm. I'm gonna go make supper.
Miles?
Hmm?
Spacey, I wonder if Spacey's disappointed. She went to the trouble of seeing me.
I somehow doubt she'd be disappointed. You know better than anyone that she's a kind girl. So recover as quickly as you can, and on your next performance, I'm sure you'll knock her socks off. Oh my god, it's like we have a girlmance. Oh my god, it's like a twincest thing. That would actually be when we have the relationship with Finis in the next, fan disc where they get a little crazy. I'm still down for this. I'm still down for the crazy one. Anyway,
Right.
why not? We're gonna have a throuple with our sister not sister and our brother not brother. Ugh, weird. Man, these fan discs keep getting weirder as all you start to just have run out of ideas, I guess. All right then, go back to sleep. I'll even sing you a lullaby if you like, just like old times.
It says the tone-deaf bloke hell-bent on finishing me off.
Oh, you know you love my terrible singing.
Just keep it low.
As you wish. Sweet dreams, my dear songstress. That's fucking adorable, actually. You're trying to kill me. You know you love it.
It's over.
My dreadful singing and okay, and the last moments I'll be spending with her. Making sure the Cantarella had fallen asleep, I slowly turn. Oh my god. So was Miles the one that met with Alistair? Because I didn't know. I'm like, old man. I'm like, huh. Oh. Miles. I wasn't sure who was in that one. Like, so that's a surprise for me. Okay, so I like ruined a huge point of the plot, but some little bits but anyway.
Oh, what a lovely voice. I may have to consider it next time I want to construct a weapon of mass destruction.
I glare sharply at the man who stands there.
Those eyes, and that face that I sorely missed.
Oh, wait, and are you trying to tell me? Okay, so then, Miles is Alistair's senior, but Alistair's so old and Miles is so young. So he took some kind of serum or something. Or he not human neither. Like, what is going on with this? Anyway. Oh my, okay, obviously, I was like, okay. I didn't want to say it and I didn't want to think it, but when he first showed up, I'm like, wait, is this supposed to be his brother? So this is his brother. Okay. I was getting there and he's like, blood relationships, fascinating. Oh my god. Miles and Moriarty are, oh man.
Wow.
That's cool. All right, that's interesting. I like that. Neat. Anyway.
Aren't blood relationships fascinating?
Shut it. If I so much as hear another word out of you, so help me God, these hands will find your neck. You knew everything all along. You knew, and in order to force her into the situation, you weakened the potency. I held out the small bottle I only just received from him days back. The once filled bottle is now almost empty.
Right, the medicine. As I've told you, that substance, the Zicterium, is a deadly toxin, the danger of which cannot be understated.
I'm not doing Alistair's voice right, and I don't know what's wrong. I can't do it.
I had considered the worst case scenario in which you had used it improperly.
Anyway,
to think you'd use that lethal poison as a medicine. Even I couldn't have ever predicted it.
Ultimately, everything must have gone exactly according to his plan. To the grim specter of death who stands before me.
And now then, I'd kindly request payment. Or perhaps I should ask if you're ready to carry out your job. Our leader Finis seems to be getting impatient.
Though I hesitate, it's immediately clear to me that I cannot resist. I'm simply paying my long-delayed dues. So he was Alistair's predecessor. But also brother. What? I'm confused. Maybe he's the brother, but he's the predecessor because that's what Alistair said to him. So, like, this is interesting. I simply nod in silence. But first, I'm sorry, Cantarella. I slowly reach over to my daughter. In the end, I was nothing more than a fake father. That's okay, she's a fake daughter. I mean, legitimately, she's fake. She's not real, but whatever. I caress her soft white hair and kiss her forehead that still emits a hot fever, and thus signaled the end. The final mark of my love and my farewell to her. Aww. This is the perfect place to end. I was going to keep going. Oh my god. Anyway, so I will wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.